There are some interesting speculations out there regarding what Vocations will see in the sequel, but we have some really solid evidence of what we can expect to see as well. In addition to what's been showcased in the first trailer, the community recently found some clues in the official artwork. Credits to Reddit user Winterterm for this finding. While I think they are pretty spot on most of these notes, I think what we see on the right here is an archistaff, and the weapon in the bottom left is some kind of mace. Since the original post was kind of blurry and the fire effects was covering some of the weapons, I had to find a higher resolution version of this artwork. After upscaling and additional artifact removal, we can finally get an accurate read on what the weapon on the left could be. At closer inspection, this could now look more like a Necromancer or Summoner staff. If this was a mace, I would expect a sturdier head and for more weight to be balanced to the tip of the weapon to actually be effective in combat. Taking this into consideration, we now could have 9 vocations presented in this artwork: Warrior, Mage, Strider or Seeker, Sorcerer, a new Summoner class, Magic Archer or Elemental Archer, Fighter, Ranger or Hunter, and a new Spear class which could be built on the Spirit Lancer from Didion. Now I think these are the main vocations we can expect to see in the sequel, but there are some important classes missing here from the first game like Assassin and Mystic Knight, and not to mention the Alchemist and High Scepter from Dragon's Dogma Online. These classes could maybe be unlocked in the sequel at a later stage, and to visualize this, I want to share this post by Arkentesu. Not only is this really well made, it also reflects my hopes and expectations for the Dragon's Dogma 2 vocations as well. Let's go through these one by one and rank the likelihood of seeing these in the sequel. Starting with the primary classes, we have Mage, Fighter, Strider and Monk. Since the Monk class was something the devs wanted to include in the first game and was further teased in this Twitter post, I think there's a high chance we see this new class in Dragon's Dogma 2. Like we saw in the first game, we can expect advanced classes based on these 4 primary classes, and then new hybrids branching out when combining these new archetypes. This leaves us with a total of either 12 or 16 playable vocations in the sequel. Let's take a closer look at the red and blue classes suggested here first. Personally, I would have switched places for the Mystic Knight and Spirit Lancer, since the MK is more focused on melee combat and the Spirit Lancer more on magic attacks. Hopefully both are back in the sequel. In the red and yellow classes, they're suggested a new class, Vanguard. I imagine this could be a melee class with some increased ranged capabilities. I'm not sure about this, but would be really cool to see an Amazon build presented in the sequel. The yellow and green classes have some interesting new additions suggested here. Priest was already presented in Didion, and with the introduction of the Beastren, we could also get a Druid or Shaman class focused on dealing damage with natural elements. The blue and the green classes suggested here are Alchemist from Dogma Online and a completely new class, Necromancer. With what we saw in the trailer, there is a high chance we'll get a Summoner class that can reanimate materials, but maybe they can summon the undead as well. I really enjoy speculations like this, and I love the creativity of these posts, hence why I wanted to showcase it here today. Next week we might get another gameplay trailer at the Summer Games Fest. I will of course livestream that event, and I hope we get to see more of the vocations, weapons and races we'll get in the sequel. Join the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.